What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and today we have some amazing news about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and an upcoming project that I know fans are going to be super excited for. It seems that an official Nova project is in development right now at Marvel Studios. Looks like Richard Rider is going to be making his way to the MCU and not too long from now. I know this is great news to many people. We have been talking about Richard Rider / Nova coming to the MCU for a very long time. They set him up quite perfectly in Avengers Infinity War, but we'll talk about that and this report and break down everything you need to know in this video about Nova coming to the MCU. And of course, if you're new and you want to stay up to date on the latest MCU news, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Now, it did seem like it was only a matter of time until Richard Rider officially made it to the MCU. Kevin Feige had confirmed that a Nova project was coming a long time ago, and he kind of kept reconfirming this over the years. So we knew it was coming, we just didn't know when, but now things are looking really good, especially since this project already has a writer for it. They are actually getting writer Sabir Pirzada, the writer of Moon Knight, to write Nova. And trust me when I say this is fantastic, because I've seen the first few episodes of Moon Knight and they are great. I'm pretty positive Moon Knight is going to be a lot of people's new favorite Marvel Disney Plus show. Not everybody's new favorite, because it is a very different tone than our traditional Marvel projects, but I think a lot of people are truly going to love Moon Knight, and it is going to be at least top 3 best Marvel MCU shows. Now, this report is coming from Deadline, and if you don't know Deadline, they are a very reputable outlet. They've been around for a very long time, they're very big and very reputable. And here's what they say in their article today. Exclusive, Richard Rider aka Nova looks to be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as sources tell Deadline that Marvel is developing a Nova project with Moon Knight scribe Sabir Pirzada on board to write. So there it is, officially Nova will be coming. Now, here's the thing. The article goes on to say that we don't know if it's going to be a Disney Plus show or a film. Now, right away, right now, let me know in the comments if you'd like it to be a film or a Disney Plus show. I personally think that this could work either way. There are benefits to both doing a Disney Plus show and doing a movie. I'll use Moon Knight for an example. You can tell a lot more story with a Disney Plus show. And for characters like Moon Knight, who are very complex and have a lot of story that you need to tell in order for you to understand who the character really is and what they're going through, a Disney Plus show works great because you can have 6 episodes or 9 episodes or however many you need to truly tell the real story that's going on. That's a big plus to Disney Plus. However, I would say that Moon Knight looks fantastic, and I would have loved to see a full movie on screen to see it more cinematically. Now, when I first watched the first couple of episodes on Moon Knight, I did them on my iPad, and then at the premiere, we watched them on a big screen, and I thought, wow, this is how everybody should see Moon Knight, but we're not going to be able to get that, and I only saw the first 2 episodes that way, and I wish we could see all episodes that way. So, there are advantages to movies as well. Plus, with movies, they have a bigger budget, and you can bring other characters into movies, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, in my personal opinion, should run into Nova. And there's actually no reason why Nova can't be introduced before his TV show or movie, and I'll talk about that in a bit. But having a bigger budget is always great as well. So there are advantages and disadvantages to both of them. But the Deadline article goes on to say, it is unknown for now whether this will be developed as a feature film or a limited Disney Plus series. As always, Marvel Studios President Feige will produce. And in my opinion, that's all you really need to know right there. As long as Kevin Feige is the one that is producing this Disney Plus show or the film, we're in good hands. Kevin Feige has steered the MCU in the perfect direction since the very beginning. So, I'm quite sure the Nova project is going to be fantastic. Now, based off of what we've already seen in the MCU, I think we probably know a little bit about the story and possibly the origin that Nova is going to have in the MCU. There are kind of 2 parts to Nova's story that I think we could actually know. And again, this is based off of what we've seen so far and based off of what is to come. The first part is Avengers Infinity War, like I mentioned in the beginning. Now, when the Guardians of the Galaxy picked up Thor after Thanos decimated his ship, Thor told the Guardians of the Galaxy that Thanos decimated Xandar and he got the Power Stone. And to me, this is the start of Nova. We were introduced to the Nova Corps in Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, keep in mind, I am going to be specifically talking about Richard Rider's Nova because there is another Nova, but we'll focus on Richard Rider. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'll briefly explain kind of the origin in the comics of Richard Rider's Nova. In the comics, when the last surviving member of the Nova Corps, Ramen Day, who we did meet in Guardians of the Galaxy, when he is about to die, he selects somebody to give his power to and replace him, and he chooses a high school student in New York, Richard Rider, giving him all of the powers of a Nova Centurion, but little instructions on how to use them. Now, that's basically what you need to know so far as the origin story is concerned, because let's take that back to what's happened in the MCU in Infinity War. Thanos decimated Xandar and the Nova Corps. Now, during that time, there might be a final survivor who is about to die. It may be Ramen Day, it may be somebody else, but I'm assuming that before the last person in the Nova Corps dies, he transfers the Nova Force power to Richard Rider. And this is how the origin of Richard Rider's Nova will begin in the MCU, because it just makes perfect sense. It's already been set up. And again, Kevin Feige has been saying that Nova is coming to the MCU. He's been saying that for a while now, so it looks like the seeds have been planted already for Nova's entrance. And it looks like some of the seeds have actually already been planted for him to make an MCU debut maybe before his series or movie comes out, or the events that are about to take place in the MCU are going to set up his story and intro very nicely in his own project. Deadline goes on to say in their article, Nova first appeared in a 1966 issue of Super Adventures, was a member of the intergalactic police force known as the Nova Corps, for which he gained superhuman abilities including enhanced strength, flight, and resistance to injury. While the character didn't have many run-ins with some of the main figures of the current or past MCU, he did have some battles with the Skrulls, who have big parts in recent and upcoming Marvel projects including Captain Marvel and the limited Disney Plus series Secret Invasion. I think it would be perfect if you introduced Nova in the Marvels or in Secret Invasion. The Marvels actually makes a lot of sense. Captain Marvel has been traveling around the galaxy. It would make sense if she ran into Nova at some point in time. And of course, as mentioned, Nova's previous history with the Skrull in the comics makes for a pretty good entrance in Secret Invasion as well, if they want to introduce him before. Now, I also think that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 would be pretty perfect as well. Star-Lord, and possibly the rest of the team, is going to want to go to Xandar to see what Thanos did, to see if anybody is left and survived. This may be where we run into Richard Rider. Because remember, just because the comics show somebody getting the Nova Corps Richard Rider on Earth doesn't mean that that's how it has to be in the MCU. It could be a Xandarian. So it is very possible that we could see him in Guardians 3. Plus, not to mention, the Guardians are going to go to, at one point, Asgard, which is now on Earth. Or at least we assume. We think they're going to drop off Thor back at New Asgard again, but there is of course always the chance that he could bail and perhaps stay on a distant planet, then somehow get back on his own. But regardless, I think that Nova running into the Guardians of the Galaxy would be pretty cool. But let me know what you think about this super exciting news in the comments down below. How excited are you to finally see Nova in the MCU, and how do you think he should be introduced? Do you want a Disney Plus show or a movie? Let me know. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest MCU news. For live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.